What is up, fellow YouTubers? So hopefully in my next video we'll do a tutorial on how to make some old school coffee out of a percolator. It's real easy. That'll be accompanied with a vocal cover that was requested by Dana Smith. But in this video, on my last video, rant video, someone said, guitar sweeping tutorial when? So apparently people want a tutorial on how to do the old sweep picking. Yeah. Well, that I can do. I'll switch the pentagram ring over to my other hand. People on YouTube are like, when are you gonna do a tutorial on how to sweep? Well, I got this tuning on my guitar right now. But for the sake of this video, we'll go from this tuning to a more standard. Okay, we're definitely in standard. Okay, a sweep will involve a number of strings, more than two, at the very least three. That's your basic sweep picking. Let's switch back. You want to take the point of your pick, not the side, the point, you know. Now if I push down the strings and just... You want to take the point of your pick and kind of drag it across your string. Rather than just plucking the string, you want to drag the point of your pick going down and up. So we'll start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Take your third finger, put it on, was that the 14th fret? Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, yeah, 14. And then your middle finger is going to go on the 13th fret, on the second string below that, and then your pointer finger is then going to go on the 12th fret, and then your pinky's going to come in 13, 14, 15, 16, 16th fret on the high E. So you get just like that. But the key to a good sweep is you want your picking hand and your fretting hand, the hand you fret with, you want them to be in bloody sync with each other. Because if you try to go really fast with your pick, but then your fretting hand's off, it's gonna sound like shit. Yeah. And speed versus control. Well, it's cool to be able to play lightning fast on the electric guitar YouTube, but you want to favor controllability over speed. And also it depends on the type of pick you have. Not just in your technique and how you keep your picking hand and your fretting hand in sync. You also want a good pick for sweeping. You don't want something too thick or too thin. This is a nice even thickness, and I've taken a nail file, and this is something I like to do to my picks. See how they have like a little bit of bend but not too much bend? Yeah. If the pick bends too much, it's just gonna, no control. Okay, you're not gonna have any control. That if the pick is too bendy, it's just gonna slide up and down and bend too easily. But if it has no bend, then you're gonna be sitting there pushing with your wrist on the pick. And this here has a little bit of bend, but not too much bend on the pick. So this offers you some control. It'll slide down the strings, but it also, you won't have to do much to force it. Now you could take some sandpaper or a nail file, and what I like to do for my picks like this is I like to put a nice point into my pick. Believe me, it's not just in the technique of how you sweep. I mean, your sweeping technique is a part of it, yes, but you also want a decent guitar pick behind it. Otherwise, you know, because there's some guitar, what's the difference? Oh yeah, they make different thicknesses of guitar pick, man. And if your guitar pick has no bend, you're going to be sitting there forcing it with your wrist, where you want just the effort, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, now this pick has a little bit of bend to it, but not too much bend. It's in between being a little bit stiff and a little bit bendy. If I can push down on it like that and it bends just a little bit, there you go. This is what I prefer, although some guitarists will say, oh, you want a pick that bends real easy because you'll be able to sweep faster. No. You should not rely on the pick itself to sweep faster, because that's only going to pick the strings. You need to rely on your wrist. Now you see when I individually pluck the strings. You hear the difference between picking them separately versus there's a big difference between picking them individually the fuck was that? That was horrible. No, but seriously. And once you've mastered the technique, just you can take that same shape and move it down here. Or move it up the neck to another set of 3 strings. Or move it up here. And once you got down 3 strings, then you can add 4 strings. Maybe 4 strings isn't enough. How about 5? Ugh. And see what happens when I did that on purpose so you can see what it sounds like. This is what happens when your picking hand and your fretting hand aren't in sync. It's going to sound off. But you want a nice firm, you know. You don't want your wrist to be super loose around your fingers. You want a nice, you know, not like death grip it, but like you want to take your thumb on top and your finger on the bottom. So that way when you sweep pick, you're pivoting off, you know. If you're using a little bit of your wrist and your pointer finger and thumb muscles to pivot the pick and kind of push it down and up. So it's also called rakes, sweeping, whatever you want to call it. You want the point of your pick to just sweep across the strings, real easy. and this is the cool thing about guitar YouTube, is once you've mastered one very basic sweep, like say like way up here, you can take that same shape and move it in different sections all over the guitar. Now, like I said, once you master a basic sweep, you can pretty much apply it anywhere on the neck. Although, like down here, you're gonna have more of a stretch on the lower notes, but up here on the higher notes, it'll be, that was horrible, but no, you get the idea. If sweeping is too hard, which it takes a while to master sweep picking, you're not gonna, as with anything on guitar, if you want to get better at it, practice makes perfect. There we go, that's more standard. Yeah. But yeah, before you get into like the 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever fret sweep picking, yeah, start off with like 3, just and if you don't have a metronome, just kind of 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, so you can tap your foot along to it. Of course, when people think about the electric guitar, the first thing they think is of the Then you have alternate picking, which is the difference is between alternate picking, you hear the strings individually, like not just a continuous sweep, like instead of it being a continuous sweep, it's more of a you end up going up and down with the point of the pick on the string. because I was just showing off. Oh, what was that? Oh, this? That's double hand tapping, baby. Hammer on slide. Now, if you're doing the hammer-ons, like Eddie Van Halen style type guitar playing, real easy. You take either your pointer and either your pointer or your middle finger, and on your right hand, and you can take either your pinky or your third finger or your second finger with your first finger, and you want a nice little string gap between the two. And it's real easy. Take the first finger, hammer on, and then after that first note, you want to flick your finger like you're flicking a booger. Just flick, you know what I'm saying? Flick, flick. Hammer on, flick, flick. Now, if you do these over and over and over, eventually you'll start to kind of and of course, if you don't have a whammy bar like I do on this one, you can string bend. And then, of course, how do you do that's the metal sound? It's called palm muting. You take the palm of your hand and you want to place it right there, kind of like you got your pickups right here. You take them and kind of put it right here, so it's like. I noticed if I would take an E minor chord, if I take an E minor and strum it, it rings out. But taking my palm and placing it over all 6 of my strings just like that, and strumming it, you notice it kind of has a shorter ring to it, like. But much like anything in life, YouTube, if you want to get better at it, you gotta practice, 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 and don't let people say, "Well, you suck at guitar." Yeah. Well, no one's going to be good at it when they first learn. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself a beginner. I'm more or less intermediate. I'm not quite advanced. There are some things I need to work on when I'm playing, like using my pinky more and also learning songs. But other than that, I mean. Now this is a bit more complicating, but if you look. No, but on the serious note, though, if you want to learn how to sweep pick, there you go. And you think, oh, what if I don't have an electric guitar? How much? Oh, what? You think you can't sweep pick on an acoustic? You too. Come on. You think you can't sweep pick on an acoustic? Oh, certainly you can. Oh, look at that. Although with the acoustic, you're going to have to rely on doing it right. I mean, with the electric guitar, you can use distortion to hide some of your mistakes, but with the acoustic guitar, you really have to work at it. So if you play an electric, I would encourage you to also play acoustic, because learning to play the acoustic will actually make you better at electric. Go figure. I forgot to tune this bitch too, goddamn. Always good to tune your guitars before playing. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. But the answer is yes, you can definitely sweep on an acoustic. You don't have to have an electric guitar and an amplifier to shred on the guitar. You can still... Yeah. Of course, with your acoustic, that's your, your more country music type. That's a fun little riff to play on the guitar, especially if it's acoustic. Take your pointer finger and your middle finger and your third finger. Okay. This would be, I think, yeah, this would be a D chord. And then you take up and go up to the A chord, which is the next three, all three, one underneath each other. 1, 2, 3. And then of course your E major chord. Salsa. Oh, look at that. You can shred the acoustic. It just takes, you know. Huh. Yeah. Of course, when you shred the acoustic, it sounds a lot different, doesn't it, YouTube? Trying to shred the guitar behind your head. What is that? A poor attempt at showing off. That's what that was. Yes. What the hell is that supposed to be? Oh, the opening Turn the Page by Metallica remake. No, I'm serious, YouTube. You want to get better at guitar, the only way you're going to get better is practice, practice, practice till you get it. a sloppy Michael Myers theme song with that. If we're doing blues, hold on a second. Let's switch it over to there we go. Not quite. Not quite. There we go. Yeah, blues guitar, man, that's always cool, but, and you gotta respect your musical roots, man. We wouldn't have rock and roll and heavy metal if we didn't have blues, so people basically like, oh, let's mix blues and country and see what we get. Oh, look, that's how rock and roll was born, baby. Get it! Get it. Get it good. But there you go, YouTube. That's how you do a couple of those basic guitar tricks. I mean, not too difficult, I guess, once you break it down step by step, string by string, note by note. And if you want to be like super lightning fast at a guitar like that, you know, you're gonna have to spend a good number of years practicing before you'll be good enough, you know. I mean, if I could have played that fast overnight, that would have been awesome. But unfortunately, that doesn't quite match up with how life works. I mean, but you want to know my theory on this, YouTube, as to why life isn't just handed to you? For the most part, the reason why life is just not simply handed to you is so we can learn self-gratification. which is a good feeling to learn and have, especially when you achieve something. Now, this is no different than learning how to ride a bike. You know, you're gonna fall off your bike, God knows how many times. Cut the shit out of your elbows and your knees, and you're gonna cry. You're gonna want to give up. You're gonna kick your bike and stub your toe. You're gonna all this shit, right? But then you don't quit. You don't give up, and eventually you learn how to ride a bike. And that self gratification of learning how to ride the bike and gain your independence and ride all over town, it's a wonderful feeling. I mean, that's basically everything in a nutshell. Once you learn it, it's just, second nature. Yeah. Now, how the bloody hell did I manage to make this 41 minutes long? We're sitting here like, oh, well, let's do a guitar lesson for YouTube. If we're doing sweep picking, why as well show them how to do a bunch of other shit, too. Yeah. And, there's been a couple times I've wanted to quit playing guitar YouTube, but I didn't. And now I'm at a spot on my guitar playing where I'm like, yeah, I know a couple chunks of songs here and there. I can show off for a crowd of people and play lightning fast. And it's somewhat accurate. I mean, there's a couple, occasionally I'll mess up and hit a wrong note and it'll sound like poopy. But for the most part, I guess I do all right on the guitar. I'm not going to say I'm the world's greatest at it, because that would be a mild understatement. Because I'm not. No, I don't claim to be the greatest guitarist out there, YouTube. You know what I'm saying, man? No. And if you're a true guitarist, you won't cut other guitar players down to make yourself... If you're a true guitarist, don't cut somebody else down for their guitar playing just to make yourself feel better about your shitty playing. You know what I'm saying? I hate that shit. You get these snobby assholes on YouTube who are like, oh yeah, I'm better than you at guitar. Oh. And it's like, good for you, Wipe Snipe. You want a cookie? Yeah, dude, you got any? No? Well, screw you then. No, I hate that. And that's just with anything that requires learning and practice. People who are better than you think they have this, Why is it, though, that when you see other guitarists do that shit, they pick on guitarists who are below them in their playing skills? Because they think, oh, that's a threat. That's a threat of someone getting better than me. And they can't take the idea of someone being better than them. So naturally, when it comes down to guitar playing, YouTube, it's not about who's better than who's got the nicest guitar, who can shred faster than who. It's about practice, dedication, and enjoying your instruments and playing it. Enjoying the playing process. It's just about enjoying it and making music, man. It's not about being discovered. It's not about, who's a better guitar player than who. Fuck all that, dude. Guitar playing is about enjoying music and learning it, and and the better you practice, the more you practice, the better you'll get, But be fair warned, your fingers are going to sting a little bit when you learn how to play guitar. Your first couple of times playing it, you're going to get these little calluses on your fingertips. That's perfectly natural. You can tell I'm a guitar player from years of playing, because you notice that the fingertips on my left hand are a lot rounder than the ones on my right. I mean, the ones on my right are kind of standard, finger shape, but then the ones on my left hand are a bit rounder. Yeah. Oh, there it is. People are like, when are we going to see a sweep picking tutorial? Why not just cover all the basics while we're at it? Sweep picking, double hand tapping, alternative picking, palm muting, double hand tapping, sweet, yeah. And there are plenty of people to learn guitar from on YouTube, so I appreciate you watching this long-ass video of me just screwing around on the guitar like, hey, look at this guy. Mr. Freaking Show-Off over here. Dedication and practice. That's all it takes, man. And if you get to a point where you're playing your guitar, you've been practicing for a good couple hours, and it hurts to push your fingers down on your strings, then give it a break. You know, there's no, I mean, you can play till your fingers bleed, but that's a bit extreme. You know, for as good as I am at guitar, even if I get to a point where I'm playing guitar for a couple hours a day, and then it hurts to like push down on the strings, that's when I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, no, let's give this a break for a couple hours, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to overdo it. I mean, you could play until your fingers bleed, but that's just, I don't know. You get blood all over your guitar, and then it's like, ew. So I tend to play until my fingertips can't push down on the strings, and it's like, ow, ow, you know what I'm saying? Because then eventually your fingertips will get used to it, and you'll build up muscles around your fingertip and strength, and you'll be able to, you know. Yeah. But anyways, tubes. I guess if you want more guitar videos, I can definitely do that. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you cool cobras later.